It's Monday, it's a new week, it's fresh, it's vibrant, and it's actually not quite as muggy as it has been recently. So I feel like I can breathe again, viewers. It's a new life, it's a new day. Welcome everybody, good to see you. AFC Thames, let's get on for a big week, hopefully, of fixtures. Folks, welcome back to another episode of AFC Thames, and as you can see, since we last met, you can hear it in my voice, can't you? We've been on quite the run. After drawing with Norwich and beating Derby County, Southampton win, Liverpool win, and 3 draws, meaning we're unbeaten now. And let me just do the 8 matches. I mean, 8 games in the Premier League. Look at us. Who the hell do we think we are? Now, I've picked 2 games today with the intention of stopping that from happening. So I want that to be known from the off, really. I'm playing Manchester City and Thames FC, 2 sides this season have had decent seasons. It's fair to say City are top of the league by 4 points with the game in hand, and Thames as well, very, very close to securing themselves a Champions League spot, although them Chelsea, Leicester, Newcastle all battling. You may even throw Arsenal, Tottenham into that. And speaking, if you keep going down, viewers, speaking of sides battling for Europe, oh, if we'd have just won a few more games here and there. Our goal difference in the last, since the turn of the year really, is much improved. We started picking up points, not conceding nearly as many goals, and it all seems to be clicking for us in recent times. And that's what I want to see from the boys. Hopefully then, in this game, or in these games today, we can pick up something. And I think this is interesting because we're on a run, because stylistically we kind of know what we are now. We're a boring gegenpress 4-2-3-1 with some really good players. Trout is the one to speak about. Like, he has been in phenomenal form recently, goal scoring in almost every other game, at least 21 goals in 32 matches. You consider what he did last year to what he's doing this year, it's much improved, and he's definitely benefiting really from having this system be all about him, really. And that's the way we're set up, really. Again, wide players are doing their bit, but it's all about Trout through the centre, and he's putting in quite the shift. So as I say, today, let's keep the run going. Let's see what we can do against City and against Thames. I'm not expecting to win either game, I'll be completely honest, but if we do, we're battling right now, and as I say, there's 8 games to go or so, 6 games to go, sorry. Some of them are a little bit softer as well. Forest, Sheffield United and Swansea, games that I think we can definitely pick up points from. Chelsea's going to be tough, as are these 2, so it's split really 3-3. How will we get on? It's time to find out. So team-wise for this first game, Nee will be in goal, Pizarro at right back. We've got Palacios coming in at left back. Rosso and Osmanovic have finally gelled a little bit and become a bit of a partnership. Of course, Acacio is going to come in next season. He's going to play every single game at centre-back for me. I already know this, but right now, we've got Rosso here and Osmanovic both on loan. I want to find a partner. That's a big thing of the window really coming up, that I need to find a left-sided partner for Acacio. So we've got some experience next to our superstar wonder kid, who I think is going to be a dream. Juan Jose and Salatiel is going to be in the centre. We've got Melon, Venturi, and Aganovic. We'll get there eventually. And Trout up front there. It's a solid lineup these days, and I'm hoping we can get the best out of them. It's interesting how this has changed from the start of the season, right? We're not playing Jakub as often now. Doles is in the team here and there. Frank Bong, who was a huge part of the early season. Like, you look at the form, he's been on international duty for a long time, but he's not found his way back into the team. And performance-wise, over the course of the year, 6.74. Like, I signed him thinking he was going to be a star for me. I don't know if it was just system or what, but it's not quite worked out for us. We could play him at centre-back, but I think, again, the partnership that's developed back there now is settled for the rest of the season. I was going to say end and rest, and I said rest. So that was poor from me. Actually, I think I said est. Did I say est? I think I said est. It happens with us. Language is tough. So you look over at their side, and I'm getting to the point in the save now where I've been in the Premier League long enough that I'm starting to recognise some of these players. One that we've talked about quite a few times is Celia, who plays up front for them. He is the danger man. Shall we flick through a few of City's players just to scare ourselves into oblivion? So they're walking out there away at the Etihad. Let's just pause it. Let's go over to City's team, because it's always interesting to see who's there. Johan Celia is one of the best players in the world, so he's one to look out for. Might be the most expensive player. Belgium international. Again, we could go through all of them, right? David Palmer. They're all going to be good. Danish 31. I mean, I'm not scared, viewers. I'm just really scared. Okay, here we go. Again, staying competitive, not getting absolutely destroyed. I've played Manchester City on this channel recently and tried something a little bit wacky. It didn't work, as they have a shot within 2 minutes, which is quite scary. Whereas now, there's a bit more belief in what we're doing. Again, short corners could be absolutely crucial for us as we work them very, very regularly. It doesn't really work out as planned, but we still maintain possession of the football, which is important. Pizarro, okay, well, we did have possession of the football. We're going to have to work it out from a very difficult angle here. As Osmanovic, that is the stupidest thing that happens in Football Manager's engine. It would not happen in real life, and it's nearly cost me a goal. No player would watch the ball for that amount of time as they go very, very close, as someone else charges in and runs away from it. I know what it's trying to replicate, but it's bollocks. So I'm just gonna have to out it, viewers. That animation there, no. There aren't too many animations in Football Manager these days that get my goat. Goalkeepers are still a bit iffy as far as I'm concerned, and there's the occasional weird, like, goalkeepers in terms of like predicting saves annoy me a little bit, and defensively there are still these moments where your player sort of freezes into nothingness, and that's not good. We're having more possession, by the way. A couple of bookings picked up, but more possession. Shots wise, it's pretty similar on either side. Again, if I were City here, I'd be expecting my quality to shine through as that. I mean, I don't know if that's the quality shining through or just a lack of defending from our right back and our right-sided centre-back. That was quite weird. I want to see that again, really, and how it breaks down, because he's on this far side, and he's the one that ends up scoring the goal. It's in acres of space. It's pretty lofted. There's a long time to see it. The ball's really good. Like, the way it bounces there, I mean, it's almost perfect, but I don't know. Do I have a right to be annoyed there? I am frustrated. I'll put it that way. We're in no threat now of getting relegated. Like, it's just not going to happen. I'm pleased with how things are going. I kind of am pleased, but I'm going to say, you know, we've worked hard. Keep going out there. See if you can impress me second half. Let's see. There's more to come from us, boys. Let's give it to them a little bit. We're on a positive mindset. Like, so far in the game, like, we've had 11 shots. Kind of take that. But I say we're in no threat of getting relegated anymore. It's not going to happen based upon previous seasons. Our run recently of just not losing has been massive for us, as Nee does really well to save from Celia. And that's a really good second season for me. I said at the start of the year, I'd love to be top half. Like, we are right in the mix for top half. We play a few sides around us that, again, I do think we can probably beat. So that's comforting. Getting into this top realm, though, getting into Europe, whether we do it via like a cup competition or what, it's going to be really difficult. Like, especially because we know right now we are way below the level of a City. Unless we want to score now, then we're basically the same side. Pizarro, has he reboned that in? I mean, I think he has. The keeper's come and claimed, as there's 40 minutes to go, which is an awful long time, and we're not out of the game, but right now we are still lacking a goal. As Trout's in, he's going to score. He's been so good recently, and that is like a typical Trout goal. It's not too dissimilar from what they did to us, by the way. Defensively, a little bit lax, but the way Trout finds his space in between the two defenders, with a lovely first touch, and the finish then becomes elementary. It's so easy, right? As you can see, Rosso over to Venturi. The ball there, it's a fantastic pass. The first touch is sublime. What is... Sorry, viewers, just bear with me. Just one moment. I'm so sorry, because there's an elephant outside. Just going to have to go deal with that. Right, there we go. I've thrown it a few buns, so I think we're going to be fine. I mean, for heaven's sake. Corner, City. Not long after we've scored our goal. It's a brilliant bit of defending. I've got to say, Juan Jose there, it says it cannons off him. Not for my money. It was a brilliant slide challenge, as they're going to put in another corner, are they? It's headed away just about. Again, corners don't usually come to much anyway, so there is a calmness as there we are. Get it away. All right, a little bit more City pressure. And we're I'll tell you what, Melon there has put a foot in. I'm not sure he's won the ball, and now it's whether we can be creative, right? We're playing him ahead of Doles today. I've decided with players like him and Salatiel, I want them to play as much as possible, really, at this point. They've played quite a lot for me this season. I think giving them all the games towards the end of the year. I was looking at how they've improved before we played today's episode. They haven't, really. They've come in, they've stayed pretty much the same. Again, I'm going to have to see improvement from them, especially at 18, right? You want them to be much better the older they get, as it's a brilliant slide challenge from City, and now it's a case of can they figure this out? Like, worse sides just launch this type of situation forward. The creative teams, as they get away with it a little bit, George is running forward, that's a goal. I mean, Celia's going to score that, surely. He's chipped it over from 6 yards. It's still 1-1. Now, I'm going to get Salatiel off. I've just talked about keeping him out there. He's not having a fantastic game. I think the option for us here, logically, is probably McGregor, who is probably the most similar in terms of what he offers on the pitch. He's that little bit more creative than Juan Jose, still called Stephen. So that's the switch we're going to make. I might bring Dominic Doles into the fray as well. It's quite funny. I've just talked about these two boys starting for me. They've got a good 70 minutes, don't get me wrong, but we're going to bring in a little bit more experience to maybe try and round off this game a little bit. Interestingly with Dominic Doles, And that's a brilliant save. Wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. I was expecting them to score. Dominic Doles has a £6.75 million release fee to continental clubs, and he's worth about 15 million quid at the moment. So I'm really concerned that someone better is going to sign him. I know what you're thinking. We'll get him on a new contract then. The thing with Dominic Doles is he's not brilliant. He's just like good and performs better for me. Now, is that reason enough? Some of you will say yes to give him a contract. Maybe it is, as we've got a throw in the final 7 minutes of the game. Now, I mentioned the good sides. Work this out of here and don't just launch it forward. And we're doing back heels. Dominic Doles is on it, left-footed, ball forward. And I'll tell you what, City here, I've got some defending to do because we've got a lot of pressure. McGregor's just come on, remember? All the way across, it's got to be. Oh, he's at the post. Oh, my God, it was a massive chance. Huge. I can't speak. Huge chance. I don't know whether we should have scored that or not, but that was a moment. Pizarro's got a throw in. I've just seen us have a chance from this sort of situation. Again, it's about keeping it in this area, working out to our midfielders, and getting Ermantraut in. As the ball in behind is not quite good enough. It flicks back in, and now City. And oh my word, we've missed the chance. I mean, I was not even just going to be sent off. He didn't make contact with the player, but it was such a reckless challenge that he's been sent off for it. The player didn't go down. There was no contact made. They could have carried on, it could be said. Asensio, I think we bring in Strain here for the experience of him. I think he's not got the pace necessarily, but I think it's the move. Doles, who's come on, is now going to come off, as we're just going to try and hang on here then, as the ball forward is not that good. I probably should have gone defensive, but we're 1-1 away at City, and it may well get us the point playing like this. It's going to be interesting to see how the breakdown of this occurs as it's launched forward and flicked on, and the pace of Stein arguably might have been the face. Offside! He's offside! Oh my God, he's offside! Okay, it's fine. It's absolutely fine, as it's not going to count. I don't know where the offside was, by the way, as that's going to be defensive from now on, as I thought my substitution was a huge error, as he was just outpaced at the back. Is this offside here? I mean, flipping heck, only just. It's very, very marginal. You might say, viewers, because he didn't have the pace, he wasn't back in position. There's a throw-in at the very end of the game. Oh my goodness me. The time is up, but they are racing forward, and there is an overload on that left-hand side, and George is in, and we've got to defend it, and Strain there, where we've picked him into the side as the substitute, and he's made a brilliant tackle, but the chance is not over yet, as City aren't finished. It's dropped to him. No! It's got in! I can't believe it's got in! The game has done me. I nearly did a big swear. The game has ruined my life. The game has ruined my life. I can't believe it. Don't go defensive, viewers, ever. Don't accept that they're going to attack, ever. What is that flip? What is that pass there? What is this? This can't be intentional. Oh, what? Right, I talked about the animations before, and I'm not annoyed. That is bollocks again. Two bollocks. 2-1 City. I'm crestfallen. I am crestfallen. The XG in the game overall could not have been closer. I brought on the experience of a defender, and we gave everything. How can I not be delighted with the performance? The red card is frustrating. Asensio is going to get to come in against Thames now. I can't believe we've not. I can't believe it. Am I surprised there was so much added time? I mean, I'm not going to comment on that. The red card, I mean, he didn't make contact, did he? But does that matter? We didn't cope well with the dismissal, I'm going to say, which is probably accurate. 44 points. See, this is the crushing thing now. We are 7 points away. 6 is like a couple of wins, right? But 7 is that bit more difficult when you're running out of games. Thames have just lost to 10-man Liverpool, so not ideal for them, as the wonder kid that I really like got sent off. Anyway, there we are then. We've not won that game, but we go into another one. We play Thames now in a Thames battle. I'm trying to send players off to leadership courses. They don't fancy it. I can't believe that. He's been banned because there was no contact. And we saw there was no contact. I'm going to view the incident again. Was there contact in this tackle? I need to know, because if there wasn't, it's reckless, it's off the ground. If it was real life, I'd be annoyed. But the fact that my video game, he's not touched him. Let's have a close look at this. As the tackle flies in, I mean, it's reckless, but he's not touched him. So I'm definitely going to appeal it. And I'm going to see if we get that through, because he's gone round him, right? We've all seen it now, twice. That seems harsh to me. All right, we played Thames in 7 days. I'll keep you up to date as we have survived. It's official. We've avoided relegation from... Oh God, we had to pay out some mega money for avoiding relegation. Regardless, it doesn't. We've got mega money. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna do the press conference. I'll only get fined. 91.5 million in the bank right now. We're guaranteed 20 million as our transfer budget next year. I think it might be double that, but we've still got a long way to go this season. Again, this episode was really to find out if we could push for Europe or not. That defeat to City now, as they're considering it, they don't think I had grounds to appeal it. What about the fact that we missed him? Is that not grounds? What do you think, viewers? Is that rarely do you get an incident in Football Manager that we can analyse as if it was real football? Was that a red card or not? It's interesting, isn't it? He doesn't, from what we saw in the match engine, he doesn't touch the player. Like, I think about slide challenges that end up not hitting a player. They're not red cards because there's no contact at all. Was it reckless? Was it out of control? Yes. But because there's no contact, where do you stand on that? I don't know. Football's too soft, in my opinion, viewers. You now get sent off for mistiming a tackle horrendously and missing the player, which, whatever. A further 2-match ban. See, I get it because it's violent conduct. It's 3 games, but I'm appealing against that as well. This is crazy at this point. I will never appeal decisions like this, but this feels unjust to me. All right, Acasio's going to come in and feature instead then. Magel, I guess, is going to come onto the bench. Why not? I mean, Anderson could, Packham could, but we'll put Magel on there. On the right-hand side, Esma, I think, is going to get the game. He's not played an awful lot for us, but again, needs to improve, needs game time. His potential's gone down a little bit, which I did expect. Like, looking at him there, he looks pretty good already, so I don't know. Unless he sort of finds it within himself to become a far better player, then yeah, I don't see a massive change coming in from him. The rest of the side, though, is going to remain the same. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? Last time you played Thames, if we bring it up, it was a 3-1 victory. I'm pretty sure, did we do it together? I think we probably did. Trout got a couple in that one, and it was dominant. So Dan was not happy. He's been speaking out in the press pre-game a little bit, saying it can't happen again. Like he's hoping to avoid nerves ahead of it, but last time, Thames FC fell. Now, if you win this, 47 points, it's not over, but this is like, in terms of an unexpected, let's face it, European campaign, we need to win this game and we need to win it well to give ourselves any chance. Goal difference might end up becoming a factor. Like, it might need to be like a 3 or 4-0 win. I'd take a 1-0, right? Would be right up there. Of course, the sides around us probably going to win as well, but again, they might have some tougher games coming into the season. We're getting rid of our 2 tough games right now. Chelsea still to come, of course, but the rest of them definitely winnable or drawable, which seems to be the theme for us at the moment. You can see it doesn't look that good when you see the draws, the win and the loss. But here we go then at Selhurst Park. Hopefully at the end of the season we find out about the stadium. I would love to know more on that, as Thames, who definitely have the superior side, don't forget, as much as we beat them last time. The header cleared by Rosso and a break is on. Here we go, Pizarro on that right foot. We play a 3v2 like counter-attack from corners and things like that, but this doesn't seem to be happening for us. Esper, Pizarro. My nose just got blocked from my own face. It's hay fever back, viewers. It can't be happening to me. Esper is cleared away. I just became extraordinarily blocked. I wasn't expecting it. Dear me. Okay, we're back. Palacios. Ball forward, Trout. Big chance. Go on, my boy. Oh, it's such a good finish. Leon Trout. If we've got a budget at the end of this season, do we spend it all on this man? Because he's a goal machine for me. On loan from Bayern Munich, I'm going to miss him a lot. Like, we're going to have to spend big on a striker. This is the problem with depending on loans for like the first couple of seasons. You end up needing to bring players in permanently, and that can be tough to do. Whereas it's going to be a free kick here. I don't think Trout's through on goal. Free kick, it's played short. This is bad. Oh my word. Is that a real life goal? No. The linesman hasn't moved. The assistant referee, no. None of it happened, so they're not going to give it. I don't know what for. Is it offside? Is it a foul? What is this for? Apparently it was offside. Goal disallowed. I don't know. They're surely going to show this. It seems like poppycock to me, viewers, as... Oh my God, that's what it's been given for. Because he's just stood in a... That's the rule, but that's a ridiculous rule. All right, 5 points. The gap between ourselves and Thames FC. This is what makes this quite interesting now. If we beat them, we draw them in a little bit as the cross is played in. Pizarro is going to pick it up again. The history of this game now is that since we've played them, we've always given them a good game. We've not won every time. But of course, this season we have Trout. I mean, mate, what do we do? I've asked you the question already about the red card. Is it a red card? Isn't it a red card? With this, with the Trout situation, he's worth like 20 mil right now. He's a young prospect at Bayern Munich. they're not going to give him to me, are they? Like he's look, it's weird really, because we've not done quite as many episodes, because I thought this season was going to be a bit sort of bottom mid half of the table. He's been phenomenal this year. Like, we talk about some players like Philip Gabe last year in Glory Hunter, right? Monier at Juventus, well, I say Juventus at Parma, but was a Juventus player, right? Dorian Heiser, some of these boys that have been superstars for me in years gone by. Diego, of course, is another one to mention. Pixie from Swindon. Now they're all coming to me. Trout is like that good, and could, in my opinion, be that good. So I don't know whether he's like the one that got away, or we just try to keep loaning him and hope that Bayern keep going, yeah, keep loaning him, let him keep scoring for you. Well, they've probably still got some really high quality players in their first 11, right? Like, we're creating a superstar for them potentially. He's in for the hat-trick. I mean, it's not a great finish, but it's a first half hat-trick in a derby against Thames FC. Their fans behind the goal used to love me, now they hate me. It's a phenomenal performance. At half-time then, it's been easy to a degree. Like, the XG doesn't suggest that at all, but they've had that one chance that was ruled out for offside, and the rest of the game has been... It's been pretty routine. There's not too much to say. Hopefully we can continue this now. We're on positive again. Starting games on positive in recent times. We've been far better. Like, trying to attack teams a little bit more. Playing, it's going to be sent off. They're going to be down to 10. We are 90 seconds. Dan is going to be pulling the rest of his hair out here, as this has been a sensational episode for us. The performance against City was sublime. We're now 3-0 up against Thames, and we're going to beat them. Like, I'll put it out there. I'll be amazed if we somehow don't, as we're in again. It's 4-0. I said pre-game, if we're going to beat them, because of the goal differences, we probably have to do it with a little bit of style, and it might not end up mattering. And look, the way that Chelsea have been drawn in a little bit, there is a slim chance here, with the games that we've got, that we could wrestle some magic here. We've got, I think 4 games left after this. I'll probably play 1 and then do 3 at the end of the season, or maybe we'll do all 4 games. We'll do 2 episodes for all of the games, because it's getting close. By the way, he got a yellow card and got sent off within the same minute. You've got to respect that in a way that, like, I don't respect it, but it's quite interesting for the game, so that's nice. This is sublime, and this has been coming in a way. Like, again, some of our performances against the big sides, we've not won every time. He's pulled it all the way across. It's going to be, surely it was not. It should have been. 20 minutes to go. I'm just thinking about the bench here at this point. Do we start making changes? Trout, it's a hat-trick. Give him the standing ovation, in my opinion. Dominic Doles is going to come on, as he often does, and Bong's going to play as well. We'll get him a little bit of game time. We might need him at some point this season, so towards the back end, let's give him a little bit more sharpness, little 20 minutes at the end against the 10-men side where you're already 4-0 up. Like, it could not be better for us. It's done, isn't it? I mean, I never thought it'd be in a position where we're beating Thames this comfortably. AFC Thames 4, Thames FC 0, and Zidane, he does not look happy. When you can tell the 3D model on the side of the pitch looks devastated, you know you've had a good performance. There we go then. Again, let's just recap where that sits us. A fantastic result, great start. What can you say about it? There it is. The fans surely loving that. They are. Fraser Nash Todd having a great time. Imogen Griffiths Rathbone loves Trout. Again, maybe we'll talk about Trout in just a moment. But there you are, 10th position. We are 5 points off the sides above. Again, they've got a game in hand, and that might be the thing that gets us unstuck. But again, how high can we finish now? We're probably going to be, I don't know, you'd probably say above 13th, 12th and up at this point. So again, no risk of relegation, but how far can we go? We're 6 points off the Champions League with 4 to go. Stranger things have happened. Okay, let's take a little look at Trout then. I mentioned him before, he's now worth 30 million. He's got up since we last really looked at him properly. I don't think we're going to be able to sign him. Like, he's on a massive, not a massive contract, but he's on a multi-year contract there. There's no release fees other than the 90 million that we're not going to pay. That's how much they value him. If we were to try and get him back on loan, again, I don't think it's very likely. I'll pay all of his wages, Bayern, and I guess we'll find out next episode if they say yes or if they say no. I know what answer I'm looking for. That's going to conclude though. If you enjoyed the episode, and I'd be surprised if you didn't, then do leave a like on it. If you want to see some more, make sure you subscribe. We love with care. If you want to spend until next time, I'll see you tomorrow for a lot more of this. That was magic.